What is going on, guys? It is Wednesday night, and you know what that means. I am your host, Dan the Man, and I have tonight my co-host. He is
the one and only.
the one, the only Mr. La Spada.
What's going on, guys? Did you what a ending to AEW Dynamite, a 40-year battle between two companies, and finally tonight in Montreal they did a little wrestle reunion. That did not turn out very well for Edge.
It did not. It did not. And this was I found myself really questioning the booking on this, mainly because this is probably your second biggest program in AEW right now, and this is one of your money matches that you can go into the pay-per-view with to end the year, and you throw this out on Dynamite on a Wednesday night. And I get it, it's in Canada, whatever, but this is a huge money match. Why would you throw this thing out so quickly, so soon? I know Tony's got this thing where he likes to redundantly put the first match out and then wait for the pay-per-view for the second match. I'm not of the belief of that. I want the big build. I want to be so excited for this, but really interesting decision. I know we're going to touch on it more later, but go ahead and give me your quick thoughts. I want to jump into the first match.
Well, you're right. You're right. Why did they not build this up a whole lot to make it a big money making pay-per-view match? I mean, you're right. Tony Khan is a two-hit trick pony when it comes to matches, but I also think I feel like they had a little build. I mean, in the beginning when Edge came, I'm surprised, and I know this is off the topic. I'm surprised that they brought Edge in, and the very first match.
Adam Copeland.
Oh, sorry. Adam Copeland. I'm very surprised that the very first match he's in is a tag team match against Christian Cage's team. But
I think he had a singles match.
That's right.
Luchasaurus.
That's right. He had one. It was like a baby singles match. Like it wasn't even that long of a match. And then he had.
I think it went like 10 minutes.
Yeah, but that's a baby match, man. And it really. I forget who it was, but it really was
Luchasaurus.
See, that's not. To me, that's not. I mean, he's a nobody.
What do you mean? You mean that's a needle mover right there, man? That's a needle mover. Luchasaurus. What?
If Luchasaurus was a needle mover, they wouldn't have done what they did by putting Christian Cage in front of Luchasaurus every single time and had him hold the title, thinking it was his belt the whole entire time.
I hear
they would have ran with him as if he was that good.
All right, well let's wait to go over the main event. We still got a whole plethora of a card here. I thought it was a great episode of Dynamite tonight, and let's go on and jump right into it. We have this AEW Continental Classic going on right now, and tonight really highlighted, I think, the Gold League. So our opener was Jon Moxley against Roosh. I thought this match was pretty good. I think it hit some good spots. It really highlighted Roosh, but I think the focal point of this tournament right now is guys like Jon Moxley, Bryan Danielson. You have your big hitters and Swerve Strickland. I mean, I think this tournament is tailor-made for Swerve Strickland. Bryan Danielson's falling apart right in front of our eyes, but Mox out there. Mox is a catalyst of this company. He's been since signing. I think he debuted in the first AEW pay-per-view and has just been killer since. I mean, he is practically Mr. AEW. He's the Iron Man. I never would have thought a guy like Mox, who was such a big WWE guy, would have just been able to, boom, come right on and, really just kill it and just integrate himself so much in AEW.
I'm not familiar with Roosh. I've only seen a match of him, but for being, a Mexican wrestler, I would say that he puts on one hell of a match.
He does.
John Moxley. I feel like whenever John Moxley gets in the ring, it's always going to be a banger. He does not wrestle a match that is a low key, let's tie it up kind of guy. He is a very physical, and if he can get away with it, maybe a couple chair shots through a table. But I think this match went off well. There were some good high spots in it.
There was.
I'm not familiar with this Continental Classic though. I'm not gonna lie to you. I haven't kept up with the Continental Classic, so I'm not too sure. Maybe you can fill me in on the point system. What's the point system?
It's it's very similar to New Japan's style as far as the G1. This is just North America's version of it, and AEW, Tony Khan. It's very soccer, hockey based point system. 3 points for a win, 1 point for a draw, and no points for a loss. I think it's a really interesting concept. AEW loves their tournaments. I mean, absolutely loves their tournaments. I think that's a big knock for me. I'm not the biggest fan of tournaments. I would much rather have storylines play out in front of me than have tournament. But I've seen a shift with AEW lately to where they're focusing more on pro wrestling and less on the entertainment aspect of things.
There's only one tournament that I love. Only one.
The King of the Ring.
There's only gonna be one King of the Ring.
There is. There's only gonna be one.
It's sad that they neglect King of the Ring and they don't bring it back. It's very sad.
It is. It's very sad. But John Moxley was the winner, takes home 3 points, continues to move up in this tournament. I believe he's actually undefeated so far. So we go to a video package next. They're highlighting the history of Jay Lethal and Jay White. So we got the Battle of the Jays coming up here. Jay Lethal is a fantastic, absolutely phenomenal talent. And this guy just, I feel like he's just become just another hand in the company. I mean,
we knew this, bro. Listen, I'm going to tell you this right now. When he was a free agent coming from New Japan Pro Wrestling, we knew that Jay White was going to be a person to pick up, and it's I'm very surprised WWE didn't pull the trigger on Jay White because there were some talks I've heard, but him going to AEW, you're right, he has been a right hand man to Tony Khan, on Saturday nights and on Dynamite, and Jay Lethal, I'm not going to say he's a Hall of Famer, but he is he's a classic Impact TNA alumni. So they get him on board, and I like.
Here I am.
Oh, what's going on? I like the whole faction with him, Jarrett, and Sanjay Dutt. Kind of brings back the memories. But this one was another banger. This one was another.
It was.
I feel like a lot of the matches tonight were just off your seat. Like you couldn't step away from the action because you'll miss something very, very important.
Absolutely, I agree.
Yes, I agree. Since I wasn't here for the John Moxley fight, John Moxley, man, is great. I don't know if you guys know, I'm actually going to AEW, the first one of the year, of 2024. My mom got tickets for my birthday gift, so I'm going to Newark, New Jersey to see AEW Dynamite. Never been to a Dynamite, so I'm really excited for that. But hopefully John Moxley will be there because I'm gonna, I have the shirt. And he's a great wrestler. Big fan of him. Great match, and the next match too was also very good. I think the cards lately, even Collision, everyone's like, oh, they're all this backstage stuff. It doesn't even matter because the cards, the matches they're putting on is really great. I mean, it's high quality matches we're getting.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
I'm really excited for the pay-per-view in a couple of weeks. Yeah.
I am too. But one of the next segments here, Renee Paquette came out. She's interviewing Roderick Strong in the Kingdom, and I thought this was a pretty interesting segment because Renee Paquette has kind of taken over the role of Tony Schiavone in the sense that you're coming out, you're the baby face, interviewer, and you're happy go lucky, and you get so defeated and dismissed by the heel so quick. And I like that concept. I think it's been a fun thing. WCW did it very well, I think, back in the day. And AEW seems to have taken that role and kind of have let Renee run with it and Tony run with it. And Tony seems to have passed the reins on to Renee at this point. But I mean, this whole Kingdom, I mean, don't we kind of think, Roddy has now said he's tired of it. He's not going to be left on the sidelines anymore. He's coming back. He's getting thrown in the mix. And he's going to take on Hangman Adam Page next week. I think this is going to be a fun match that's going to come up. But what do you guys think? Because I'm of the belief that Roddy and the Kingdom are some of the masked men.
Yeah. And don't forget, Kyle, O'Reilly was backstage on Saturday too, so that's very interesting as well. Found that out in my
Did your sources tell you that
later? PW Insider. I'm looking at the article now.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah,
Vinny, what you got, man?
Yeah.
What you got?
I'm gonna tell you this. I wouldn't be surprised if they're bringing back all three members, Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, and somehow Bobby Fish.
I don't see Bobby, man.
Maybe not Bobby, but maybe Roderick. I feel like I have a feeling it could be the start of another faction. But I want to touch on the subject you said about old school WCW, because I think there's a lot to do AEW with WCW. I think Tony Schiavone has put a lot of insider into Tony Khan's head, and I also think there's a lot of also you got Dean Malenko too. So Dean Malenko was an ex WCW guy. So I think there's a lot of WCW pieces backstage that are trying to make it that company, that rivalry to WWE.
I agree. I do. But
yeah.
one of the
yeah,
segments... Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. So just to go on the WCW thing, right? Yes and no. I mean, they're bringing back a lot of WCW guys. You see Sting, you see Ric Flair, you see a lot of the guys in it, and I think they don't want to take it in the direction of WCW exactly. I think they want to do kind of WCW with their own twist. I think that's what they're doing, and I think they're doing it really well right now, because they got this homegrown talent, MJF, Sky Blue, just to name a few, and then you got all these other guys from WWE, WCW, that's really creating a great promotion right now. So
I don't know that Tony needs to go. One of these comments here, I don't know that Tony needs to go, but I will say Tony needs to share some of the responsibilities and take a step back. And I think Bryan Danielson is a great option for Tony. I think he's got a great acumen. He's intelligent. He knows the industry. He knows really a lot about what's going on, what's doing. He'd be a good figure backstage to have as someone the talent can look up to, can look to in situations, and can also be an authoritarian type of figure. I think it's time within the next few years, once Bryan Danielson takes the step backwards, I full on see Tony Khan giving more to Danielson, and Danielson taking more of a, I don't want to say VP role because I feel like that's such a joke, but definitely more of a role where he is the booker, head of creative type of deal.
Right,
and
right.
Tony takes that Vinnie Mac type of thing where he takes the back seat, focuses more on expanding the product, and maybe can take some of the veto power for booking. But I think Danielson has the right track. He's got everything needed to take AEW to another level. So I'm excited to see once Danielson wraps up his career where he goes.
Right, I want to touch on that a little bit, actually, if you guys don't mind. Brian Danielson, not sure if you guys know right now, actually has been taking a little bit of a role. I don't know if you guys know this. He actually helped make the call to fire CM Punk. He actually came out and said that it was his decision, as well as Tony Khan's, to fire Punk. We all know what happened, obviously.
Yep.
Since then. And I don't know if you guys know this, but Brian Danielson also has been finding AEW superstars on social media about their, I guess you could say, their tweets and the way how they respond to fans online. That just came out today too. So I do agree with you, Dan, that Tony Khan's already giving him some responsibility already, but not all of the responsibility. And I think in the future, yeah, it looks like Brian Danielson's might be the second or third or fourth guy for TK to lean on there because of how experienced Brian Danielson is as a professional wrestler. So yeah.
Right. Absolutely. So, all right, guys, we're going to take a short break. And when we come back, we have a guest joining the program. Stay tuned. We're going to take a short break. We'll see you in seconds.
Wesley, the greatest North American champion. I know we disagree, and that's fine because I'm just right. That's okay. It's revealed that this is a serious injury and he's going to be out to 8 to 12 months. Dom comes out and he starts poking the bear. He's like, "Oh, look, you're going home again, huh? You're going home. You're, that's too bad that you can't compete on Saturday. It looked like I'm going to have the night off." And he was really excited about that. And that's when Wesley said, No, dog. That's not how this works. No. He tells him that he's going to have a match this Saturday, and it's against the guy who cannot mind his freaking business at all. And I'm talking about Dragon Lee. Look, I don't have no sympathy for Dominic Mysterio. I think he's not the greatest North American champion of all time. So he goes to the Titantron, and I see Rey Mysterio, who have no business. Why is he on NXT? Why is he there? I thought he was hurt. I thought he was sewing his mask. But no, he's there on NXT. He's out there. I was having a really great night, too, until I saw Rey Mysterio, by the way. I ordered some wings. I was having the time of my life. I was watching NXT, and I said, I'm going to be here on Tuesday to do the Unpopular Review NXT review show for you guys. And then Rey Mysterio shows up. The great fraud Rey Mysterio. And then he sits here and says, no, son, you're not going to take the night off. That's not how things roll. And then he brings out Dragon Lee. Dragon Lee, the same guy who got his ass kicked at Survivor Series by the second greatest luchador of all time, Santos Escobar. Why is he getting an opportunity at the North American Championship, Chris? Why is he getting an opportunity at that? Didn't he lose to Santos? Why are we rewarding losers? Isn't he about to get his ass kicked again this Friday? What's happening? And who gave him this power? Why does Rey Mysterio have this kind of power?
The same person who...
No. That's not for you to talk. It's not your time to talk. This is my show. But why? Who gave him this power? I thought he was a wrestler. That's like me going out to my job and just being like, hey, I have a suggestion. No, that's not how this works. Chris, take the floor. I'm really worked up right about now.
Thank you, Mr. Knox.
I am worked up right now, too. I got to say, let's welcome my man, the great Grand Slam Pooba. What's going on?
I saw that there was a party going on in here, and I'm like, man, the great Grand Slam wasn't invited? What the hell, Dan? We go back to the Impact Review Show. We've done some AEW. I see we got a new guy. We got Vincent. We got the Mad Dog.
We do. We do.
All right, so now it's a party. And you was holding your own. Hey to you too. I see you was holding it down. Please carry on. Dan the Man.
All right, Pooba. So, one of our next segments, the MJF backstage, we had Adam Page doing his interview with Renee Paquette. He's pissed off. He's coming after Swerve. I'm coming. I'm getting you. Yeah, we're going to continue this story for the next probably till Revolution at this point. One thing that I did see and was kind of cool is how they're starting to put multiple kind of storylines together, and the guys are meeting backstage, and we're starting to really put things, just conglomerate it all to a story. MJF gets involved now in this, and the rightful prick that he is going off, calling Page Seabiscuit, which I love it. He is Seabiscuit. He'll always be Seabiscuit. He can never be anything but Seabiscuit at this point. And, we're seeing some masterful long-term storytelling going on right in front of our eyes, because MJF is going to get screwed over. He's going to lose that belt, and he's going to have nothing but a lot of enemies in his path. And they're telling it to us, and and some of us are seeing it, some of us are not seeing it, but it's laid out right there for you. And you're going to have Wardlow's coming after him. You're going to have Paige coming after him, a plethora of other guys, and he's going to have no friends. No friends at all. I agree.
Yeah.
Wow.
Adam Page, MJF segment, gold. What do you guys think?
Well, I'm the guest here, so I mean, you gentlemen were here first. You guys go first.
Let's go, Mad Dog. Mad Dog.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I will. MJF, man.
Thank you.
I mean, there's been these rumors going around. I mean, that's all I'll say. But now I think it might have been secretly confirmed. Who knows? I don't know. They supposedly he re-signed with AEW. And if he really did re-sign with the company, it was one of the smartest decisions by Tony Khan to keep his leading star in the whole company, because MJF selling tons of merchandise. He is the champion right now, and he's great. He could do the villain. He could be the heel. He can be the baby face. He can be whatever you want him to be. And it really is
top
perfect
guy.
storytelling, because he is going to get screwed over. We all know it. We all know, mostly, at least I personally believe, that Adam Cole is the masked devil, right? And he's gonna go after MJF. And you got Samoa Joe, and you got all these different guys,
Wardlow.
like you said, Paige, Hangman Page, you got Wardlow, you got just pretty much everybody in the locker room. Jack Perry. Remember, I actually just heard today they filed for the trademark like a day or two ago. They filed for his trademark again, so he might be coming back soon.
Who's that?
So
Who's
yeah,
that?
there's
Jack
a
Perry?
lot of
Jack Perry.
guys.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Jungle Boy Jack Perry. Yeah, they filed for a new trademark the other day. The AEW lawyers filed for a new trademark. Yeah. So
Okay.
pretty much the whole locker room's after MJF.
Did they file for the glass too?
It's just great. I know Jungle Boy, according to my notes here, and Jungle
Can I
Boy
be heard?
and Jack Perry were both.
I hear you, Pooba. I hear you.
Okay,
Vince, go ahead. Vince, go ahead.
Yes.
Well, I'm going to tell you this. I believe that.
Lay it on me.
I believe the Masked Man is MJ or Adam Cole,
Mhm.
and nobody's going to tell me wrong, because
Nobody.
No, because it's been proven. I mean, there are segments that AEW has done that he's not been there, and all of a sudden he shows up, and then MJF asks him, "Where you been?" I think the segments with MJF are gold, because I think out of any, just like you say, he can play a babyface, he can play a heel, he can be sad, he can be crying. It don't matter, because he's great at what he does. And at the end of the day, if they can collide with that into a story, and they can sell it no matter what it is. I mean, he's selling pickles with his face on it. I mean, this guy can do anything. So I think AEW, and I'm 100% positive that they signed that contract to where he's not going to leave. I think it's going to be a good spot for him.
I got a great idea for MJF.
Oh, let's hear it.
Get some pickles, put his face on it.
They do
on the package, and call it Pickle Dick.
That might be a bestseller for some people. This whole segment.
That might work.
Adam Page showed some. Yeah, thank you.
Yo, Pooba, come on, break it down for me.
Break it down. I mean, I think you guys were saying some really good things here. Trying to figure out the double. Hangman, he tries. He's not the best talker. He tries. He was trying to hang with MJF. MJF ate him alive there. I did like how Samoa Joe broke this down and said, "No, you're my meal ticket. He's not the problem. Let's focus on all this stuff." And we have that match that never happens with the tag team, with the Devils. I did like how on Twitter they were mentioning SVR 2009. They used to have the Masked Men, which was Randy Orton and Mr. Kennedy once upon a time. Mr. Hangman, yeah, he had a little fire, he's a little forest fire. He did a little something. But yes, I don't know. the segment was cool. It was all right.
It was good.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So our next match, we're going to continue this Continental Classic in the Gold League. We have our man Swerve Strickland, which I think arguably is the most improved superstar.
Say that shit a little louder. Yes. And I honestly think so. We had 3 of those, right? And I thought this was the best one. And not even just because Swerve. I thought both guys, both him and Mark Briscoe went out there. Mark Briscoe was really out there to dance. I mean, he had a lot to prove in this match. Was he 0-3, right? I mean, he's pretty much eliminated.
He is not winning crap. I mean,
no.
him and Jay Lethal, man, they're holding somebody's bags right now. It's pretty rough.
Now,
he's
a Ring of Honor guy, right?
You guys think for Swerve to come over from WWE, do you think that was the best move for him?
Yes.
Yes. I do.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you know, and I say that because when he was in Hit Row, I thought that was a good thing for him, and it started to fall apart. But him coming to AEW, finding his own, and for me, I thought it was a big deal that he was beating Hangman twice. You know, I remember doing some predictions about this, and people, oh, well, Hangman got to get his win back. I said, nah, he don't have to get his win back. We don't have to do the traditional stuff. Sometimes we can switch things up. Right. And I think those 2 big wins is what really helped him elevate. And he's a favorite to win the Continental Classic. You got Bryan Danielson, you got Jon Moxley, you got Jay White, and these guys are great. Jon Moxley don't have to win this. You mentioned Bryan Danielson. He's fantastic.
He is.
I saw this thing where I was reading. What was the review on not review? What show was it? The what's on Saturdays? Collision, and he said his eye fell out or something like that. So yeah, I don't think I need Bryan Danielson. Yeah. I like Bryan Danielson. He's tough as nails, but he don't need to win. Swerve winning would just be the best move. But carry on. You was talking about this match. This match was great.
It was great. Fantastic.
Yes.
It's built for Swerve. This tournament is built for Swerve. I mean, I agree. Swerve and probably Danielson, I think, is your final.
That would be great because they had a match a few weeks before, and I think it was a number 1 contender for the TNT Championship. And I think this would be a great way for Swerve. It would be great. Thank you for Swerve to get his win back, because I think that would be great.
Lethal is mathematically eliminated from the tournament.
He is gone. I thought he had a good showing in this actual match. Yeah, I know we're going to talk about it later, but yeah, I thought this match was great. I mean, the spot they did that spot where Swerve was outside with Mox and did a suplex. Too many J's. There's too many Adams. Adam. Did you see this man's shirt? I said I can hear his shirt. I can hear it. I can hear it. And now he just yells people's name. This is the most. I used to call when I would do the review for the NXT show and he was on NXT. I just said, "Oh, this is Sad Rod," but now this is Loud Rod because he just yells all the time. Great stuff.
Yeah.
Yep. I hear you. I hear you. And
I hear Roddy.
I mean, fantastic match though. Let's just say that when he was yelling names, I was annoyed. When I did Renee the second time, I did laugh. Yeah. No. I hear you. I hear you.
And we hear you too, Roddy.
We hear you, Adam. Mad Dog, I see something's burning at you. Hit me quick. Hit me quick.
Oh, what are you doing, Mad Dog, to us? Oh boy.
Where's the Mad Dog in ya, Matt? Where's that Mad Dog?
Oh, his mic isn't connected. No.
And I'm here.
There you are.
So this audio.
There we go.
Anyway, like I said, I thought this was my favorite match of the night. Honestly, besides the main event, which was also very good till the ending. We'll get to that later. But this match, though, I kind of agree with you. Swerve and Danielson, they're both very good technical wrestlers who can end up in the finals of this whole tournament. I think Swerve is going to end up winning the tournament. And facing, I guess, Christian, right? I believe it's for the TNT champion, right? Or is it for the world champion? This
it's for the coalition. I'm confused because you have the Continental Championship, and then it's like the ROH Championship and the
right.
yeah.
Right.
So
That's why I'm kind of confused too on which belt it's actually for, because he's throwing Ring of Honor guys into this, and there's so. But anyway, yeah, this was probably for me match of the night because of what happened later on. So
absolutely. So all right, we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna move on here.
it is for a new belt. I'm sorry, I was reading the comment. Go ahead.
Yeah. So we had the Mariah May interview. She says she's going to make her debut. It's going to be wonderful. It's going to be fantastic. Yada, yada, yada. Mariah May. I'm going to tell you what. Mariah May is a knockout, man.
But she's on AEW.
Dude, I see what you did there. I see what you did there. I see what you did.
No, she's a pretty girl. She's very, very pretty. And honestly, this is my first introduction to her. I know that she's done a lot of stuff outside of America. She was in what she said, Stardom, right? Stardom?
Yeah.
I believe it was.
Yeah, and I just it's the beauty is that what her being in AEW, because I don't watch Stardom and New Japan and all that stuff, so I watch more AEW and I'll get an opportunity to see her work. And I've heard that she's pretty good. She's pretty good.
She's on
Where'd
point.
Where'd she come from? New Japan?
Yeah.
Stardom.
Yeah.
Basically,
I actually been following her for a while on like Instagram and like Facebook and stuff even before, because she was big kind of in that scene. Well, it's what do, try and get I'll read all these, get all the sources, as I do as the news guy. So it kind of was a little familiar with her.
Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, young man. You sit here and you call yourself Mad Dog. Why are you not called the news guy? Because you said you got your sauces and everything. You should totally rebrand. I think you're in the wrong field.
Yes, I will.
Mad Dog.
Yes, I will.
Yeah, the sauce guy.
I think I will. I will.
Matt,
Give me
I
a
will
sauce
get that
says.
trademarked. I will get that trademarked for the next show. How about that?
There you go. There you go.
And you'll Newsboy.
And you learn something from the great Grand Slam Pooba right there.
Oh shit.
That's my Christmas gift. I didn't even have to wrap it.
I love it. Let's go to Samoa Joe and MJF and the Devil's Match, man. The match that didn't happen. This was a really interesting segment they had, because I'm not a big fan of advertising matches that don't happen. I think I'm not sure if this really did anything, if it hit anything, if it delivered on any points or marks. We just saw MJF laid out in the back pretty much, and that was it. We never saw MJF again.
You know what? You said something, and I'm sorry, because it just hit me. You said maybe they were hiding something. MJF tweeted like a week ago, right? That some about one of his body parts. He's injured in a way. Okay. I think this was a way just to protect him so he doesn't work as much, so they can save his body for what's this pay-per-view called? A World's End. That's just my guess. As soon as
come on,
World's End, yeah.
You could run that guy out there and you tag him in for 30 seconds and the crowd would lose its mind.
You could do that, or you could also try to preserve his body, because the simplest thing can happen in a ring, right? Mm-hmm. Like you just said, he could be in there for 30 seconds. He could look at Adam Cole, right? There was a freak accident. What happened to him at the Grand Slam when he jumped and what I forget what kind of injury he is, but I'm just saying that was such a freak accident. So my guess here is that they probably said, hey, we're gonna have MJF, so people could be like, oh, it's MJF, and then just write him off or just write him off for tonight and save his body, because you really want to get him to World's End. You don't want him. You don't. I don't think you want to have a situation where he has to vacate the title or you can't get that match. I think they're doing everything they can not to have that happen. There's a lot of injuries going on in AEW. We mentioned Adam Cole. We talked about oh my God, I felt like we said a few other names. Bryan Danielson. So I think that your world champion injured? Nah.
Pretty nuts, guys. Pretty nuts. Vince, what you got?
I mean, Can we say this is not a little different than WWE not putting Roman Reigns on the spot of not wrestling? Because I hate how how you say you hate when how they book matches that don't happen. I hate how they put champions that don't wrestle. And I think MJF and I think Roman Reigns are both 1-1.
No,
Wait,
not at all.
hold
Okay.
on.
That's fair. I should let you finish your thought. I apologize.
We don't know if he's really injured. We don't know. For all means, they could be saving his body for a smaller injury that are making a bigger injury out of it. Now with Roman Reigns, I don't know what to tell you there. That's just bad booking, because if that was me and I had a big pay-per-view like Survivor Series and my main champion wasn't on the card, there's something wrong there.
I agree.
I think it's a fair point. He should be on the big force. I think that's a fair point.
For sure. And they say that we're not going to see him until what? Maybe
Royal
Rumble.
Maybe Royal Rumble. Yeah.
We might see. I'm not too sure we're going to see
yes,
him this month, but I'm pretty sure we'll see him in January to lead up to Royal Rumble.
We're gonna get Randy Orton and Roman
Yeah.
Reigns, but
Yeah,
that's another.
I
that's
believe
another
he's going to
program.
be on the SmackDown before Christmas.
That's another program.
But
We're talking some
MJF
AEW.
though, like I was saying though, MJF.
Yeah, December 15th, he's gonna be on.
Thought
But
he
go ahead.
was really injured, because that's what who was it? I think it was either Dave Meltzer or Sean Rossap. One of them said that there is a real injury with him, and all they know is that he's going to work the pay-per-view December 30th. I think it's right. It's like the day or two before New Year's, December 30th at World's End. That's all kind of I know from the news point of this. So I believe, like I said, it's a real injury. Him not wrestling, I'm not sure. Maybe that was Tony Khan's decision. Maybe that was MJF's decision. Maybe MJF was injured throughout the time of his championship. So I kind of believe that, there's something there. I don't know how big or small, because they didn't say, and companies keeping it a secret. But yeah, I think there was an injury in this, little segment. It was a good way to keep his body, I guess, intact, because I don't know how well he's going to be able to perform that night of the pay-per-view. I'm hoping for the best though. So yeah,
Absolutely.
Okay.
So backstage we go. John Moxley. We have a little segment with John Moxley.
Do anybody ever ask? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Doing a fantastic job. But does anybody ever ask, like, where does John Moxley be in the building? Like, where was this the basement?
The boiler room, bro.
Yeah, why is he just chilling in the boiler room? Like, who do you think he is, Mick Foley? Like, how is he just sitting there? Like, I heard. Didn't you hear? There's like a little. I heard a voice that go, and I was like, who was that in the background? I was like, what am I watching? Why is John Moxley just there, just shirtless, sweat? No, I think he had a shirt on. I think it said Blood Ninja or something like that. I forgot what it was. But carry on about this promo, because this was interesting stuff here.
It was a good segment. We're obviously setting up towards Mox, Strickland, and Swerve is. Mox is like, hey, I'm gonna win this Continental Classic. Swerve is, I'm gonna do whatever it's gonna take to win it. We have the immovable force meets the immovable object, and
I think this is gonna be an interesting match. Yeah, this is gonna be interesting right here. You got two guys right here tied, and you got John Moxley, who I feel is very well protected in AEW, right?
Yep.
Swerve is on the upcoming. Yep. And I go with, you can put John Moxley to go over him because it's John Moxley,
bro.
But see, that's exactly. I said you could do that, but you could, if I could finish my thought. But you could have, or you could go a different way. Nah, I'm with you. Or we could go something and do something different, and we go and have Swerve win. And I'm for that as well. I'm totally not even for that as well. I'm totally, like I said, he should win this. I guess I get a little nervous here because you got John Moxley. It's almost like betting against back in the day against John Cena because you knew he was going to win, right? I guess it's a John thing, but I sit here and go, I would love for them to have Swerve go over. Matter of fact, when they had their match last week, I wasn't here to review the show, and they had him in Jay White. And I know a lot of people are big on Jay White, and Jay White is pretty good. Don't get me wrong, he's really, really good. But I said it's Swerve time, and I was happy that they went that route. So I go with it. This next week, this match, I'm interested in seeing where they go. I think you have to go the way of Swerve, like how you was mentioning when you said nah. Totally agree with you. Let's go Swerve.
Matty boy, you just had
Right. I want to jump
Marie.
in.
No long time no see.
Yes. So yes,
You
it's
see,
been a while.
you got a
Glad
fan.
you
You got
can
a
join
fan.
us.
Yeah. Hey, Maria. Who's that?
Anyway, like you guys were saying about Swerve, he needs to win this tournament more than John Moxley does, right? Think about John Moxley. I was looking up the stats earlier, man, before the show tonight. John Moxley is 4-time AEW champion. I was like, wow, that's big.
Wait,
like,
how many
that's
times? Oh, it's
like
three
they put
times.
the
I think
belt
it's 3
on
times.
him.
It's
3
three
times.
times.
Might be
Three
4.
times.
Well, didn't
No, it's
he-
3
No,
times.
didn't he win again?
No, it's 3 times.
After was it 3?
Hold
Because
on,
remember,
hold on.
they did the whole thing.
Wait, Matt's counting the
Right,
one he
I mean-
won in WWE too. 4
Okay.
times. He's
Well, I
counting
mean, he
WWE.
did win the championship there, and then don't forget he won the United States champion. So he's won about what 8
Oh,
or 9,
so
right?
5.
Because you can think
5 guys. He's 5. You're making
Well,
it 6.
No,
I mean,
it's
I
actually
don't
it's
think
actually
count.
8.
I mean, right. I'm not counting all. I'm just saying it's either 3 or 4. I'm not sure exactly. You guys might be right.
We just
I'll
messing
look
with
it
we
up
just
after
messing
the
with
show.
you, man.
But anyway, he doesn't need to win this tournament. Swerve
I
does.
agree.
Swerve needs it. The fans are with him on this, and I mean, everybody is putting just like they're putting him over, and then he's putting himself over. Man, he licked Adam Page's blood or whatever it was in Full Gear. I mean, everyone
Licked it.
went
He
nuts.
drank it.
He drank it. That's what it was. He drank it, and everyone went nuts for it. Everyone was going like ballistic, and it was great.
It's actually
And
nasty.
he needs to win this tournament. I think he's gonna
It's very
really.
nasty.
John Moxley doesn't need it, like you guys said earlier. Brian
agree.
Danielson doesn't need it.
I agree.
He's professional, technical wrestler, all this stuff. No, Swerve definitely needs it, and I think he needs to be a champion soon enough. Yeah.
I agree.
I got a question for y'all. If you could put the belt on somebody right now in AEW, who would it be?
Well, put the world title? What title are we talking?
We're talking about the big gold strap.
But by the summer, I'm putting it on Swerve. By the summer.
I like that.
Yeah. Summer.
Yeah.
I'll go with that. But right now, it's
Really?
gonna be Adam
Who
Cole.
else do you got? Who else you got? Because you would have thought once upon a time it'd be Wardlow, but look how he been booked. Although right now you're saying in the summer, and I see why I'm gonna take an assumption on why you said the summer, because I feel like Samoa Joe wins this title at World's End.
Could be.
Can I tell you who I put on it? Because I don't think this person has much time.
Sure.
I would put it on 2 people. Number 1, I give it to Sting for a couple months because he's retiring, just to say he had it. Or
Okay.
2, Adam Copeland. I mean, you bring a guy like Adam Copeland into the company, okay? Just like they brought Cody Rhodes in, and they pretty much shit on Cody Rhodes. Don't do this to Adam. Don't do it to Adam.
Wait, who's shitting on Cody Rhodes?
What do you mean who's shitting on Cody Rhodes? Bro, you bring in Cody Rhodes. You bring in Cody Rhodes for WrestleMania, okay? You make him face Seth Rollins, okay? Then
Okay.
you make him chase for almost 2 years the title. Why are you guys laughing? You guys know you guys know they shat on you know they did, because there's nothing you guys
How
can
did
say.
they shit on Cody? I feel like you're saying that to say that because they
No,
haven't
bro.
shit on him. He was injured, so that delayed everything. Won the Royal Rumble, main event at WrestleMania. He didn't need to win that match, and still was looking strong. Beat Brock Lesnar twice. I mean, who are these people shitting on him?
I mean,
Where?
let's be honest. Let's be honest.
I'll say this.
Hold on,
they
hold
have
on.
no
Let's be honest.
storyline for Cody
Oh,
right
yeah.
now. He's kind of
Let's be honest. Can we honestly really sit here and say that facing Roman Reigns at Mania was really a highlight of his career? Because I can say no. That was a BS match.
That was the biggest match he's ever had.
That was a bullshit match, and you fucking
Cody,
know it, bro.
look, this is
That was
the
a
thing, and I
bullshit
say
match.
it once, I say it twice, right? Cody screwed himself by saying he doesn't
No.
want the belt, this, that, and the other, his own company.
No,
Okay, then he goes to
he didn't want the
WWE,
belt.
and you
No.
really think
AEW.
Vince
Hold on, wait,
McMahon was going
wait.
to
You got
give
too
him
much.
the
I'm
belt
calling order.
over,
He said
Order
he
in the
ordered.
court.
right?
This is Dan's
No
show.
way.
Everyone needs to be calmed down. Please take the floor again, Dan, because what is
order in
in
the court.
the air?
We're spending too much time on this, guys. I'm gonna give you 30 seconds. Vince, 30 seconds. Let's go.
What 30 seconds for what? What are we talking about? Cody?
I guess we're moving on then.
Are we talking about Cody?
No, we're talking about something else.
Oh, boy,
No,
oh,
we're-
boy, oh,
we're-
boy.
we're talking
We're
about-
moving on.
I have no
You,
idea
you had
anymore.
Cody going. You had your point. You had come on.
I
come
still
on.
have my point. I still have my point. My point
Oh my goodness.
is Cody came in the company, okay? He faced Seth. He beat Brock Lesnar twice, which he beat Brock Lesnar twice.
Okay, can we move on? How do you just say that like that's nothing? Now, listen, fantastic road. Let's keep going. We are going to keep moving.
Let's be honest.
We're going to keep
Oh
it moving.
my
No,
goodness.
I'm being honest with you right now,
You
dog.
really think?
You're making it like, oh, he just beat Brock Lesnar like he's a jabron. What are you
No.
talking about?
Oh, it's just Brock
First of
Lesnar.
all,
What do you mean?
That was a slap in the face of Brock Lesnar because there's no way in real life, in a real life fight, Cody would win. There's no way. None. There is none. There is none, bro. That's a joke. That's a joke.
Oh man,
I'm sorry,
I
it's a
had to
joke,
hit the
bro.
mic.
It's a joke.
Uh,
It really is a joke, bro. If I was
Oh,
Cody,
man.
I would
I'm sorry.
quit and go back to
Okay.
AEW, bro. I would.
For what?
I-
For what? WWE has made him a bigger star. Listen,
Oh,
I'm not
come
saying
on,
I'm
bro.
not even trying to crap on AEW. I think AEW
No.
is great. It's a reason for it.
See,
No, it's not. But he WWE has made him feel like a bigger star.
No.
I mean,
Maybe with merchandise. Maybe with merchandise. That's it.
all right,
They're giving
right.
him. They're giving him their shitty ass
We-
matches.
we
is
have
what
a-
they're-
we're gonna move on
He
now.
is
We're
the
gonna move on.
people's person, right? He's like the kind of the modern day John Cena. John Cena's the people person. Let's face it, everybody loves John Cena. You know,
You heard that?
16-time champ.
Heard that? Let's face it,
So
man.
Cody is the kind of
Who is-
modern day Cena, and that's kind of what they're trying to
But
do.
yeah,
keep moving.
And they're
Yeah,
trying
keep
to
moving
build
on.
it
Yeah,
up.
yeah, guys.
We're
Yeah,
gonna
we'll
do
be
that.
here. Yeah, we'll be
another-
we'll be here for
another
another
We're going to
3 hours.
next
We'll be
segment.
Another
for another 3
joke.
hours.
So this was one of my favorite ones of the night, and I'm loving the timeless Tony Storm. I think this was something that they started, and I looked at and said, "This is a
You would
freaking
like this.
joke."
You would like this.
I love it. I
This
love
is a
it.
joke.
No, it is.
This
It is.
This is a
fantastic.
ripoff. Listen, this is a ripoff, and you're gonna fucking say I'm crazy. This is a ripoff of
Hey, this
Goldust's
is
character.
This is a
This is
kids
ripped off
program.
Of Goldust.
We come on now.
This is a ripoff
Come
of
on now.
Goldust.
Come on
Same
now,
thing,
guys.
Same way
I'm
Goldust
just-
came out. Same
So
way.
hold on, wait.
Family show.
Wait. We have totally went on the derail, and I do want to say, before we get into timeless Tony Storm, can we play one more commercial and then continue on our rant on Tony?
Let's go. Let's
So
go.
can we get a commercial, please?
We need a break. We need a
Yes.
break.
I'm
Now,
gonna get
also-
a Kit Kat.
I said, Tony, I need you to be careful, Tony. I said that, right? I said, Tony, you got edge over here, right? Every little bit of things that pick up is why people was calling it All Elite WWE. It's a reason why they called it that. But a lot of people that was beloved by Triple H, and that Triple H got over, Triple H guys, was being helped by Vince McMahon's older way of thinking about what ran for him for so many years and worked for him. Sometimes he couldn't get out of his own way. Tony Khan, who needs to figure out how to pay what he got, because right now he has put himself probably in a corner. Yeah, Tony, I'm sorry. I'm just being honest with you. Please don't hate me for telling the truth. But you got all these guys over here. They got the Hardy Boys, Jeff and Matt, but they don't feel like they're fitting in anymore. Punk then left. Jade then gone. Cody then gone. Who is next to the Fett? All Elite WWE is now coming the way it was, reversing. I'm being honest here, Tony. You had a great remedy of WWE talent with new people and people that no one's heard of, and you kind of just let things kind of run like Eric Bischoff in a sense. Maybe they're not running their own shows, but it kind of feels like it at times with booking, with questionable booking, guys coming in, forgetting about other guys. Warlow was supposed to be your guy. That was your guy. Warlow was your guy. How was Warlow? Can't never get over the man that had 4 different hairdos. Warlow's not even important anymore. And then when it comes to MJF, who I'm a wholly big fan of, right? But you better be careful. Because who is next? You got the Hardy Boys saying they're not walking. Keith Lee's not getting like he was supposed to. His boy's in charge. Rusev was mentioned to me today yesterday to me by the executive consultant on the lookout. Malachi Black. These are Triple H guys that now that he's in charge, can you imagine this? Can you imagine Andrade back over there, him and Escobar, Santo Escobar together? I'm just saying, All Elite Wrestling, All Elite WWE. Tony, I hope you can figure this out, because if not, my brother.
Wow, that's a a smack to reality right there if I've ever heard one. Oh, geez. So, Timeless Tony Storm. Let's go into it. We had TCM's own Ben Mankiewicz introduce Timeless Tony Storm. I mean, come on. Come on, guys. Come on. How can you not love Timeless Tony Storm?
I think she's been hitting her groove in this character.
Absolutely.
You know, someone said it best one time talking about Tony Storm. Tony Storm was always a really, really good wrestler, but
Yep.
just was missing something. And she really struck gold with this
How's it going?
character. Matter of fact, I find this hilarious. Last week she had a segment, and what was it? It was Mariah May, Luther, and the guy who always interviewed her, RJ or something like that. She took her shoes off, and the crowd popped.
Absolutely.
I think that's ridiculous, but it worked.
Well, let me tell you, Tony Storm fell into the exact same problem that I would say 9 out of the other 10, women that you could line up right now in pro wrestling have. They all want to go for this punk rocker thing. And if you have literally 10 wrestlers off the top of your head you can think of that are punk rockers, it ain't going to work for all 10 of them. So you need to figure something out, and Tony Storm needed a change. And this was the change. It's different. It's new. When have you seen it?
Really?
I like it, damn it.
Really? This is not a rip
I
off
want
of
Vince
nobody,
to go
right?
first in this.
Well, anywho.
I mean, she didn't rip nothing off, right?
Anywho.
Okay.
just gonna go ahead. I'm gonna
You know,
go ahead.
I enjoy a good
I'm just
Vincent.
saying,
This is
you
the
know.
first time I've
I'll,
interacted with Vincent,
you
but I
guys-
want to know who did she rip off? Because maybe I'm missing
roll
something.
this out, and then I'll
Really?
jump in.
Yeah, no,
Where do you think-
I'm very serious.
Where do you
I
think
wasn't
all the
laughing.
vignettes are coming from? Hollywood, vignettes, black and white. Where do you
I don't know
think
what
that's
he's
coming
cooking.
from? Where do you think it's coming from, bro?
Oh, I honestly
a
thought you meant
rip-off.
a wrestler.
It's a
Oh,
rip off of Gold Dust, bro. Exactly
Really?
what this is.
you know what? You're absolutely right. He did say, "Tits out and watch for the shoe." You're absolutely right.
No,
you have nailed it, Vincent. You have outsmarted everybody
No,
by
I didn't say
realizing that the
No.
one Tony
No.
Storm has been ripping off Gold Dust, and Gold Dust is in the same company.
Now, wait,
I'm
wait,
Gold-
hold on.
I am Gold
Hold
Dust.
on. Wait,
I
hold on.
am Gold Dust. No. I can put a
No,
robe
bro.
on too and outshine you as well.
I
But
didn't say no. I didn't
Cook.
say she did. I said the character, the way they shoot it, the way the vignettes are, the Hollywood. It's been done. It's nothing new. I didn't say she was Goldust. I said they're ripping off the Goldust character.
Vince, let me ask you something. How many times can you come up with something totally brand new that's not
That's not my
correlated to
problem.
something else?
Because listen,
Right.
you
I love it.
listen, you
That's
say
nothing to
that.
do with
Okay,
me.
hold on. You say that,
Oh my
Dan, but how many times do we see the same freaking movie being remade over and over again? Halloween 77,
Right.
Halloween 54, Halloween 35. There is no new ideas because nobody has a brain in these companies. It's the same shit.
You know what, Vincent? You're absolutely right. So people should just be original, right? But look, you're brilliant. So what would you do in this scenario?
What would I do?
Yes, I want to know because you, my friend, you have the creative
Uh,
juice, and I think you need to spill that juice. What would you do right here?
Come
I
on,
wanna
man.
know.
This is your
I'm gonna tell you
opportunity
what I
for
would
the
do.
cat's
Go
meow.
ahead.
I would go back. I would go back to when Tony Storm first came in
Mm.
to NXT when she
Mm.
did the Mae Young
The
Classic.
punk rocker. Okay.
No. I'm not even saying that. I'm not even saying the punk ass rocker. I'm saying she used to wear the tight ass pants.
There
Right?
we go. That's right. Yep. Go ahead. Keep
You know
going.
what you're doing now.
All right. No, finish.
Hey,
What
hey.
we doing?
No, sex sells, bro.
Oh boy.
And at the end of the day, not only was she the hottest commodity in NXT at the time.
Whoever is running the chat is drunk. Go ahead.
Not me. Listen, Do you guys remember? Do you guys remember when before Rhea Ripley came into the NXT with the punk rocker look, the way she looked for the very first Mae Young Classic?
I remember when she looked before the punk rock look. Yeah,
Yeah.
with the long
she was-
blonde hair.
Right. That
Very
right
different
there,
from what she is now.
going through the Indies and then into the Mae Young Classic. That was Rhea Ripley. This whole look, how she is now.
But
Good job.
I think.
But Vince, I think what we have to realize here is,
Yep, that's it.
yeah, and she was beautiful. She was beautiful. I
Yeah,
mean,
now she looks now she looks like a goth punk rocker.
She's on top of that company.
You know,
If you guys say so, she's on top. You say so.
but she is on top.
I mean, I definitely believe
She is
so.
There's a shirt that says "Mommy's always on top." She's on top.
She's on
Well,
top.
I mean,
Yes.
she has good
Definitely.
catchphrases and stuff like that.
But
But I'm gonna tell you this right now, she's not really proving anything. I mean, yes, she has the title. Okay, she's a champion. Okay, she has the belt. But is she really proving that she's a champion? Not really.
She defends it more than Roman, so yeah.
Okay, she defends it. But that doesn't mean she's defending against anybody good.
And I'm a
They
Roman
put her
Reigns
with
fan
bullshit
saying that.
matches all the time.
And Roman fan since Shield.
Oh
days.
man, Mad Dog, that was good
Yo.
stuff. Who told you that one? What were the sources?
What? Just the statistics, right? I mean, if you just look at who's been wrestling this year and who's not been, right?
Mm.
I
You
mean,
can
you're
just
right.
get that on
You know what?
Was it?
I would
Wrestling,
listen-
what is that?
This guy got the
Stats.com,
numbers.
right?
he's
That's
got
right.
numbers.
He
I
got
mean-
them numbers. But carry on, Dan.
Let's keep in mind this wasn't just Timeless Tony Storm. We also have to talk about her opponent here, Sky Blue.
Sky
But-
Blue.
But I do want to touch on something really quick. I'm glad that they found something for Luther to finally do, because the man was getting lost on AEW Dark and on Ring of Honor.
He was in the tag team, wasn't he?
He
With
was with Serpentico
mhm.
and the Chaos Project. That's what it was. I'm just glad that they finally got something for this guy to do, and he's killing the role. He's killing the role. He is the butler. He is the butler.
He's holding that pillow real tight.
Damn right he is.
Listen,
Why do they
hold
waste,
it down,
why do they
Luther.
waste, why do they waste money on these people like this, guys? This schmucks.
Oh
I
my!
think he's killing it. He's killing it.
He's killing
And-
nothing. He's a schmuck.
And you know what? Tony Storm's opponent.
Can I? What did Luther do to you?
No, nothing. It's just that here's the problem with wrestling companies today. They put all these jabronis out there doing stupid stuff, and then they cut the budget and they cut the people that shouldn't be cut because of people like him. That's the problem. He's a schmuck. He does nothing. He holds the pillow. He comes out and does nothing.
Are you
man?
Does
He's
nothing.
always the man.
so because he's holding the pillow very well, he shouldn't have a job. He end up finding a role that fit for him. Vinny,
Can
He's
you
a
hold
waste
the
of money.
pillow the way he holds the pillow, though?
Bro,
you have that
listen.
form down.
Hey,
That's a damn
at
good
the end of the day,
I
it's money,
cannot.
bro.
I
At the end of the day, it's
cannot.
money. You got to look at a company like it's money. You got to run it like a business. And when your employees or your people that are
That
there
is
that are
true.
not
I'm
working,
I'm still waiting on my sub,
that
bro.
a Cheeto in your
They're a
hand?
waste,
What
bro.
is that? Is that a Cheeto? I like Cheetos.
No,
Is
it's,
that?
no, it's not a Cheeto.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Still
But-
waiting
No,
on it.
all I'm saying, bro, is
yeah,
if you look at the list of people who they let go and people that are still there,
Guys,
it's ridiculous.
I get it. I get it. But we do have to talk about the match. We got to touch
Talk
on
about it.
quick. And
we can't.
and
I'll shut up.
the opponent, the opponent was
haven't-
Sky Blue. Another punk
Can-
rock.
Can I
Yeah,
say
Talented,
a little
she's
something
very
on
talented.
Sky Blue for a minute?
very
Hold
talented.
on. How about this?
do,
Hold on.
because I
No. Hold on. Let Dan finish it, and then everyone can give their thoughts, please, because we got
This
other
is
matches.
wild. I'm gonna need some order in the damn court right now.
Yeah, we're gonna have to bring some order here. But carry on, Dan.
Order.
and then- There we go. Good job.
This was a good match. I enjoyed it. I'm liking the direction right now. I'm liking it of both Tony, Vince, and Sky Blue. We're
Vince,
getting
Vince
away
who?
from the rocker. We have too many punk rockers. Go ahead, Pooba.
You know, it was a good match. Sky Blue, she's been building some momentum, right? No surprise, Tony Storm gets the win. We get the return of Rio.
Rio!
And yeah, I mean the match was fine. The crowd was behind Tony. They liked Tony. Tony got a great thing going for us. So yeah, good job, Tony. I don't have a lot of thoughts for it, but it was good stuff. It was good stuff.
Good stuff. Come on, Mad Dog. Give me quick. Give me quick.
Right, I've been pretty quiet because I'm just been letting you guys roll with this, but I want to say this. I wasn't a
You're so
fan of
polite.
the whole Tony Storm thing right in the beginning, but it was Dan over there who actually kind of told me, said, come on, this is actually gold, this is actually good. So I started going back, I started going on YouTube, started rewatching all the stuff and go, you know what, man, this is actually pretty damn good. Like, this is a story, and I told you they should put the belt on her, and they did. And Sky Blue, I actually saw her back Collision this past July. Well, a certain wrestler, I'm not going to say the name, was in that main event on that Collision show. But I saw her wrestle, and she definitely can go. Seeing her, in person, she definitely can go, and she's got potential, and she definitely deserves a championship down the line. But I do agree with you, Pooba and Dan as well. She needs to kind of figure out her character first and then give her a belt. So I think it's going to come in the next maybe 2 years or so. They're going to give Sky Blue a belt. As for Tony Storm, she's doing what she's doing, and it's working. Everybody's loving it, and yeah, I mean she's making money, and everyone's eating it up. So there you go.
All right, guys. We're gonna go to a final commercial before we get to our final 2 matches of the night. We will see you in just a minute.
Sleep.
Do you like Jelly Roll?
I see where this is going. Are you talking about the donut or the artist?
The artist.
I don't know who that is. I stopped listening to music. I just realized Dojo Cat is not a cat. It's a person. I thought it was a cat. I just learned that Ice Spice has a
Doja Cat was you probably listened to a lot of Doja Cat songs.
I thought it was a cat. I honestly, personally thought it was a cat, but I saw it was a person. I said, well, this is disappointing, but whatever. I just learned Ice Spice is not one of the Spice Girls. My point is, I stopped listening to music after 2010, so I don't know who any of these people are.
I can tell.
Thank you.
Jelly Roll was at Monday Night Raw. R-Truth had a segment with him. They had a segment backstage with the New Day, all this other stuff. He actually made a couple songs for WWE.
Who, the donut?
He's extremely popular, but you don't know who he is.
I'm more of a fan of glazed donuts, personally.
I can't deny it. I don't know who Jelly Roll is either. I didn't know who
Thank you,
was.
thank you. You sit here trying to make me look like a fool. You're a liar.
The Doja Cat thing, I'm a little strange. And, both my roommates called, so now I'm about to go crazy. I don't see how you could not know who Doja Cat is. She made so much music, but I go to clubs. Mm-hmm. But you don't know who Jelly Roll is? Hey, more power to you. I didn't know who the hell that guy is.
How do you not know Jelly Roll? What is up, man? What?
Who doesn't know Jelly Roll?
Did you not just watch that?
I don't get to see anything.
What? No? You know who Jelly Roll? Wait, you know who Jelly Roll is?
Yeah.
Oh, well. Okay, there we go. Fan number 2.
He's a recording CMA artist.
That's so you didn't just see the commercial?
Yeah. Yes.
No, it doesn't. I don't see it. It's a blank screen.
Oh man, you'd be missing out some gold because I'd be putting out some banger commercials, baby.
Right. Jelly Roll is a.
Oh, here we go. Okay. You got the info. Okay, Wikipedia. What you got here?
He's a CMA country artist.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
No, I mean he when I know about Jelly Roll, because I listen to him a do. He, like Vince said, he's a CMA country artist. I believe he's also like a rapper, like country rapper, which is its own genre. I actually listened to some of that. And he kind of got famous through like the independent rap, and then he got really big, and then he got signed by one of the big record labels, and now he's kind of all over the place. So yeah. That's why I know about Jelly Roll. Yeah.
Thanks for the synopsis, Mad Dog. We appreciate that. This
of
is
course,
what we're here
anytime.
News.
That's what I'm here for.
All right. So we're gonna go next to the Continental Classic Gold League. Jay White against Jay Lethal, the Battle of the Jays. I thought this was a great match. I loved it. Jay White's killing it, man. And Jay Lethal, he is the good hand in AEW right now. Fantastic work. Love it. Guy can always deliver. If you need a good match, and even in a pinch, put out Jay Lethal. Jay White picks up the win, advances, gets himself 3 points in the tournament. He now has 6 points. And I mean, it's going to be a little tough for him here. He's going to need to grind out another win if he hopes to, make it to the finals here.
It's no surprise that Jay Lethal took the L. I kind of was rooting for him. I was only rooting for him because I wanted him to actually get some points here. But I did like the finish. I'm a big fan of sudden finish. There was a few times that he was trying to go for, talking about Jay White, he was going for the Blade Runner, and then he would counter it, and then he would try to go for the Jay White, the lethal ejection. He hits the knee. There was a few times towards that end where I was thinking, oh, maybe Jay Lethal does pull it off. Maybe he does, because he had a lot to prove. He's like, hey, I'm not this guy. I'm not done. I'm not Old Yeller. You're not going to take me in the back and put me down. But he did get beat by Jay White, and Jay White had to make up for that loss from last week. So, yeah, my thoughts.
Mad Dog, hit me.
Okay, yeah. So I like both of these guys. Honestly, I like Jay White. Yeah. I mean, he has been on kind of a roll when it comes to his, I guess, technicality in the ring, right? I mean, I think the match he had with MJF back in Full Gear was fantastic. And I think even though he took the loss a week ago, he's still putting on good matches, wins, losses. I really think he could be a favorite in this tournament. But like I said, Swerve's definitely going to win this thing no matter what. In my opinion, I think Swerve's going to win. Needs it more than Jay White. So trademark that too. I think we're gonna get that trademarked. I'll talk to Chris after the show about getting all this stuff trademarked.
All right.
Some
Chris is going
merch.
to the principal office.
Anyway, like I said about this match, this was great. Another good one. Probably my second or even my second night of the match. I would say best night of the match, the second place here. So yeah. I enjoyed it a lot.
All right, Vince.
Like I said before, AEW picking up Jay White was a very, very big move for them.
Huge.
And I feel like he's going to keep having banger matches because he's a great commodity to the company. Coming from New Japan, this was something that he needed to do was jump ship. So, and it's no different than tonight. Put on a hell of a show like he always does.
Absolutely. All right, so now we have our main event of the evening, and this is something we touched on in the beginning of the show. We have Adam Copeland against Christian Cage for the TNT Championship. This is a pay-per-view quality match. This is a main event pay-per-view quality match. And for you to throw this on a Dynamite boggles my mind, puzzles me. What are you doing, Tony? I mean, I get it. It's Canada. I get it. You're putting the two Canucks in the main event for the championship. Yeah, I get it. But this is the money match. What you doing, bruh? And I'm just saying. And then we have Shayna Wayne coming out, and she's gonna hit Adam Copeland with the title. Are you kidding me? I wouldn't stand for it. Why do we have Stifler's mom out there? What is going on right now?
I hate Chris for saying that so much. Look, I get what you're trying to say here. Why did Nick Wayne's mother? I remember that song back in the day. It was called Stacy's Mom. It was a great song. I just wanted to throw that out there. Fantastic. We're gonna sing that at the next karaoke, Dan. There we go. We're going on tour. She got it going on.
She's all
I want, and I waited so long.
Stacy, can't you
see?
You're just not the girl
for me.
I know
I might be wrong, but I'm in love with
Stacy's mom.
Music was so great once upon a time ago. But her hitting Adam Copeland, it makes all the sense in the world. Look, Adam Copeland, just the week before, or 2 weeks before. I
Oh
forget.
shit!
When he laid out her son. I mean, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Nick Wayne's a little shit, right? But you don't do that in front of someone's mother. My mother would not tolerate that. And I know I get on this woman's nerves.
No.
And she saw
Yeah.
that. Of course she would have hit the guy who laid her son out. So yeah, while Christian is a dick and he done dick things, he did not try to crush his son's brains in like one Adam Copeland. Adam Copeland thinks he has you all fooled. He thinks he's the baby face. What? Because he came with his music from WWE to AEW. You can't fool me, Copeland. You said I see what you're trying to do. Christian, you might have now we know Christian is a piece of crap, but at least we know that. Edge is cosplaying as a baby face. Nice try, Copeland. You got what you deserve right there in Canada. Was it in Montreal? I don't know if it was Montreal. Was it Montreal?
Yes.
Then
It
we
was
got
Quebec,
the
I
Montreal.
believe. Actually, it was Quebec, right?
Job.
Where was it?
It was. I believe it was. I have it here, Montreal, Quebec.
So we had the Montreal screw job for the 18th time because
There you
wrestling
go.
they can't resist when they're in
Like
Canada.
that.
It says someone got to
They
get
love
screwed.
Yeah, they love doing that.
Yeah, they love
Yeah.
screwing people right there. Screw
Yeah,
it.
this was not the match. Okay, I want to make this very clear. This is not
Make it clear.
the match. The match is going to happen at the pay-per-view. This was a build-up for the match. This was not the match. Tony put this on because he had to, because they were in Canada. I get
So-
that. That's
So
fine,
Meltzer, are you
but
getting this
this
from
was
your
not,
sources?
not the match.
To Meltzer.
No, this is just what I personally believe. I mean, I can go maybe find something that Sean Ross Sapp said on Twitter, but
No. I
even
don't
he
care about that
probably,
SRS guy. I want to know what you.
but I personally believe this was not the match, right? I think they're gonna do it at the pay-per-view. And I think it's gonna be a better match than what we saw tonight. It was a preview of the coming events at World's End. So there you go.
All right, Vince, we're gonna let you get this in. Let's go. Bring us home.
I thought it was a great match. I thought both Adam Copeland and Christian Cage had an advantage on either side. I wasn't a fan of the ending though. I really can't believe that they let Christian take the first victory. But I guess you have to get the heat somewhere. So this is just one up on Adam. So I see where they went there. But all in all, I think it was a great match, and I think this is what a lot of the fans are waiting for, is for Adam Copeland to go after Christian Cage and get his revenge. So we'll wait for the second one.
I just wanted to touch on what Vincent was saying. You were saying earlier you couldn't believe that Christian got the win here. So yeah, they're definitely building to a story between him and Adam. You get that first win, you get that cheap win, especially in Canada. They were totally behind Adam. They were behind Adam. So Christian gets that cheap win. I don't know. I feel like we have to do it at World's End. That's the pay-per-view, maybe where you take it. Because when's the next pay-per-view? I don't think you push it that far back.
World's End.
That's the next one, right? So,
Yep.
And I don't know what's the next one. So this seemed like the great opportunity to do that rematch. It's almost kind of similar to when MJF beat CM Punk in Chicago. What was it, last year? I forget, because everything runs together. And that was a big deal. He beat him in Chicago. Christian, and granted, these are two Christian boys.
Was
They're
CM
two
Punk in
Canadian boys.
AEW?
You know what? I don't know. Maybe that timeline's been erased. I don't know. You're absolutely right. You know what? I got to look at the timeline thing again. I'm not too sure. Yeah, you might be right.
Wait
I
a
get what you're
minute.
saying.
So wait. When I went to Newark in July, those pictures were not CM Punk, because I took pictures of like the ring and like him in the ring, and I recorded his like after speech. So
It never happened.
that wasn't
It never
him.
happened. It never
Was
happened.
that Adam Copeland cosplaying as CM Punk? Oh my god!
That
my
no
mind's
good
blown right
Adam
now.
Copeland, the cosplaying
See?
sensation.
That
Oh my
darn
god!
Adam
Wow, my
Copeland.
mind's blown. Wow.
That darn Adam Copeland.
Someone get a mop because his mind has been blown. We got to clean up all that brain mac and stuff, juice. I don't know what that stuff is called.
So that concludes Dynamite. I think we do have the pay-per-view coming up. I'm excited for it. Samoa Joe, MJF. That's going to be your big main event. I think we're all thinking we're going to get Adam Copeland and Christian Cage again for the TNT title. We quite a lot. AEW, one thing they never do is they never chintz on their pay-per-views. I expect a 10, 12, 13 match card.
At least you called it. Yep. There you go. You know what they should just make all elite night, and you just stay up all night. That's what they should do. The show don't end until like 8 a.m. in the morning. I would love.
Why not?
WrestleMania used to be like what, 8 hours, 9 hours, and then they shortened it down to what, 4, 5?
WrestleMania was literally an 8-hour event.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
I thought that was right.
That's stupid. That's just stupid. It is.
I don't like long events.
I'd rather go back to being one day.
AEW usually goes for about maybe 4 or 5, I think. Hours. WWE's been cutting back on us with like these 2.5 hours. AEW's been doing 4, almost 5-hour shows. You could definitely tell, just the length of these pay-per-views, and it's just kind of crazy. Like you guys said earlier, man, Survivor Series, one of the big 4, it's like 2 hours. I was like, it's done. Like that's it, really? Like
I think it all. I think it all depends. It all
really?
depends on your taste. I think it all depends on your taste. So if you like long pay-per-views, then the AEW stuff is for you. I don't mind pay-per-views being short and digestible, but AEW pay-per-views, and I listen to a lot of podcasts, and I remember one podcast I was listening to, it was 2 a.m. and he went on. So it all depends on what you like on the show. They're supposed to be out here in Long Island, so that would be I haven't got tickets, but if I do go, it'll be my first AEW show, and I would be interested in seeing.
You have to go to World's End.
I'm going to the first Dynamite, so I'm excited.
You had Matt over here. You're not going to outshow me.
Oh, I won't be here that Wednesday for the review, but maybe I'll go live that night from the thing afterwards.
You had this? Oh, he's going to be too big. He said, "I don't have time for the little people. I got stuff to do."
That is.
Maybe I'll go live from the car. You never know.
There we go. That would be fantastic. That'd be great. You're gonna bring your the whole setup too. You're gonna.
I don't think my mom would allow me to bring my.
I'm messing with you. Look,
no, but maybe
the
AirPods, with the little mic and the iPhone. I think that she'll allow that.
Man, there we go.
Well, all right. So what do you guys think? I'm gonna grade the show. I'm gonna give it a solid B.
I think B is fine. B minus maybe. I thought the show was fun. They had some really good stuff here. Yeah, I had let's put it this way. I didn't feel like I was wasting my time watching AEW, so I had a good time.
Sounds good. Mad Dog, quickly, give me a grade.
Yeah, I also would probably give it a B minus, right? I think it had some good stuff. I didn't really like the way the ending, but it had to happen to advance the story, right? So yeah.
Yep. Vinny.
B.
All right, so there we go. We're gonna give the show a B. That's the average. I like it. It was a good show. I think it hit. I'm excited for next week. We got
that's outstanding.
Oh, look at that. We got Yoshi.
I want to.
When are you guys going to AEW? Because I know you, Dan, said you were going to one of them, right?
December 27th.
To a Dynamite, right?
December 27th, the final.
Oh, so you're going to the last one?
Yep.
Oh wow. Okay. Wow, that's cool.
So I'm excited. It's gonna
Where's
be.
That? Is that Jacksonville or is that in Orlando?
It's Orlando.
It's Orlando. Okay, yeah, that's cool. I'm going to the first one. 2024.
But guys, do we have any final thoughts we want to share before we wrap up here?
No.
Nope.
Ready to roll?
I'm good. Yeah.
All right, guys. That concludes today's UPR AEW Dynamite Review Show. I am Dan the Man. I have my guest co-host, the great Grand Slam Pooba, Matt Mad Dog Kelly, and the man Vincent LaSpada. We will see you next time.
Oh, shoot.
Balloon.
Have a great Wednesday night.